Yep, we're up. Welcome everyone. It's game 3 of round 1, 2023 Series Futsal Victoria season. You're here with Josh and Han Solo. Fitzroy, they're in their newly yellow and blue kits and making their debut for Series Futsal Victoria Eastern FC, also known as 1-0. Josh, new team, new players. What's your thoughts?
Well, firstly, firstly, it's good to be back. It's been a really long wait.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, it's a long time, you know. But I mean, new season, everything up on the line for grabs. Evolution obviously took out the title last season, so this Fitzroy team is going to be coming out chasing from day one, wanting to get every single win they can possibly get because they're going to need it.
Absolutely, and you've got, a new team. We're unsure of how they're going to form. They could be really strong players. Can they kind of match up to the speed and the intensity of Series Futsal? We just have to wait to see the next 46 minutes of the game. And speaking of who is on the squad, let's go down the lineup. We all know Fitzroy, they're the home team tonight. In goals, not fluorescent. So what you're seeing on the screen is actually Eastern's goalkeeper, Chloe Gatt, but on the other side in the red, we have Elizabeth Eyre sporting number 32, and it looks like it's a free kick already. So while they set up, we can go down who else is on the squad. Number 7, Steph Otto. 2 is Dharma Georgie. 14, welcome back, Daniela Galuccio. And also welcome back old school OG Fitzroy player Ilana Vatke, and number 16, Alexandra Morales Alonso. And the toe poke there coming from Vatke, and it was blocked off. Josh, would you like to take us down the Eastern FC squad list?
Well, in number 1, we have Chloe Gatt, 13. Anastasia Andrew, number 2, Kati Tsalakidis. Number 5, Isabella Marcris.
As Dharma Georgie, just have to stop you there, scores the first goal for Fitzroy from the assist of Vatke. Can we see a replay? So the setup here, Vatke takes a touch, tricks her defender, finds a very open Dharma Georgie, takes a touch. Chloe Gatt couldn't defend her first post, and Georgie.
It kind of all just happened so quickly. Like, you knew they were going to score. It's Fitzroy. They always score every game. I don't think even last season there was a single game where they didn't score.
No, I don't think there was a single game that they didn't score.
You can prove me wrong.
I don't think there was. I think every game they scored, even very tough games, even the game they lost to Preston, they still scored. They still find
like
a way.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, it happened so quickly. I didn't expect it so early, and I guess Eastern wouldn't have expected it so early. And when you're newcomers, you don't realise Fitzroy are the animal that they are. They're like this beast.
Well, hence the name Tigers, They're named for that reason. You're a beast in the wild, in the jungle, or in the open wild spaces. Sorry, continue with your lineup.
Well, there's only 2 more. Number 22, Ala Yakono, and number 11, Jaya Pate. So, pretty thin lineup, but first game.
First game, they'll develop more players as Vatke takes a strike towards Chloe Gatt. Fitzroy missing for Scalzo and Danica Dolge. Rumour has it on the street they may not continue this season. They're not on this list. This is the first time, unless they're overseas. We haven't seen them miss a game at all. So that, I guess, will be to be confirmed.
I mean, what an absolute miss. Like, the 2 best goal scorers in the league, I think. Like, that's not even debatable. I think that's just what it was. How can you have to restructure a whole squad after that and say, well, who's going to take over this game, especially with the goals? And obviously it's Georgie now. But who's going to get the rest of them? Who are they going to go to as their target woman?
Well, they brought in Danica Galuccio, which is a star futsal player, now international representative of Australia futsal player. Ilana Vatke, very solid, very quick on her feet. So they're going to come in the squad and just really gel with the team. It's like they've never left.
It's very weird seeing that fluoro goalkeeper not on his air. I can't.
Is it a clash and she's wearing the red? I feel like Chloe Gatt have taken her top on purpose for this game.
I mean, like, I thought Lizaire trademarked that.
That
Like, it was
fluorescent, I
just
know.
hers.
I was like, who is that player? I couldn't even recognize her without the fluorescent. Down the line, Salakides couldn't control it. It's going to be Fitzroy ball. Lucio. I think she injured her left foot or leg in Argentina a couple of months ago. So she's going to take it easy, not taking too much risk, even though she went straight towards her player. Just took a bit of time to recover from that.
This is really going to be our first glimpse of Eastern. It's going to really determine how we can predict the rest of the season and who we can look at to say where will they finish. And I think Camerfield also brought in a women's team as well. So
yeah, they're coming up
teams.
next. Yeah, I don't want to reveal who's on the squad before we see them. So I think you've got to wait after this game and stay tuned to see how they brought to the squad.
I know 2 stars. I won't say anything, but I think everyone knows 2 stars that are gone to Canberra. What are the rest of the squad looking like? That's interesting.
Exactly. We have to find out and see. This team so far, they've only got 1 on the bench. So it's going to be more of an endurance game. Fitzroy, we know they can go the entire game without subbing. Can Eastern match up to that? They've got a few fans, actually, because I feel like a lot of them play with each other in the outdoor scene. So big crowd there in the stands.
It's a very good turnout.
For round 1. And a strike there. Fitzroy get their second, and Elena Vatke gets her first on her debut back for Serious Futsal.
Well, the fans aren't going to like that one, are they? I mean, she just whacks it. It was really good play. I think Otto lays that off so well. It's like just perfectly right in front of the defender, just enough so she can get a foot on it and whack it in. It's perfect.
And Fitzroy, they don't make mistakes. It's very rare. Every kind of possession they have and every stat they have per player is 100%. They never skip a beat, really. Unless it's 2-on-1, and Otto trips over the ball, goes to ground, and referee says play on. I know this kit is from the men's, but it's something different. I know it's same colours, but I'm actually getting used to this.
I think it looks better on the women than the men. I was having a conversation just before about it, and like on the men's, it just fits here.
Is it more because the men's are more like boxy, and the shoulder it stands out more with the stripe?
Maybe. I don't know. Sometimes it just is. Sometimes things just are, and you don't know why. I mean, I really loved their black kit though. The women's black kit.
Yeah.
That was the best kit.
Maybe it's unavailable tonight because they've wore that the entire season last season. I think they only changed it up once.
Yeah. I mean, new season, you know, they need to make a statement. Maybe this is their statement. We're like,
well,
back to the basics.
Yeah, and also I don't think they had enough jumpers because a lot of them were custom made to the name on their back, and those players are no longer here.
Oh, I see.
So there probably wasn't enough to go around the black kits, like spare tops.
I mean, that could possibly be it, but I mean, this is still they look lovely in it.
They do, and Vatke lays it off to Georgie. Saved there by Chloe Gatt. Even though Vatke was on the run on the far end, Georgie takes a second attempt. Gatt quickly throws it out.
They're doing a good job, Eastern. I mean, you're coming at this to your first game of the season. It's about getting used to the opposition, and you're coming up against
Fitzroy.
Basically the very best. Like, you need time to adjust. I wouldn't be surprised if they struggle the first set around for both teams.
Yes.
And Camerfield as well. But just getting used to the styles of play and then adjusting, because they're doing very well at the moment. To keep it at 2-0, about 15 minutes already played, 12 minutes played, that's very good. Uh-oh.
You just jinxed them. You absolutely just jinxed them again. Josh, every time you come onto this commentary box, you say nicest things to all the players and all the teams, but then again, you kind of also...
I think it's the new season, same old stuff. I'll just be quiet. I think that's better.
Now, it could be a new player that scored that goal. I have to confirm. Was it Alexandra Morales Alonso? Quickly check the stats. think it's so a new player that whoever's down there refereeing have put Elizabeth Ayer as the goal scorer.
Okay.
So Alonso.
We'll get that fixed
We'll get
up.
it fixed, yeah.
Oh,
Oh, and Georgie. Calm and collected. Is it Georgie? Yep. Gets her brace. So you're talking about how Easton's done so well in a span of 3 minutes. Look at this defense. Where are they? Where is Easton's FC's defense in that?
well, the post was the best defender on that play right there. Oh my goodness! But yeah, they just like kind of split open. But like that was when when 3 goals come in, 2 goals come in. Oh my god!
There's got to be some direction. She knows the game. She knows Fitzroy. She's got to direct the back post, man your players, because at the moment, Fitzroy, they don't need much room and space. They've got tactics. They've got their groove and their structure.
They need an inch, really.
Yeah,
That's all.
Exactly, and you gave them the meters.
But it could be a morale thing as well. 3 goals come in quickly and you kind of become a little sloppy.
That's when that timeout call is there to slow the game down and refocus on the game that's there. So
They'll learn.
They will learn, yeah. They'll look back and see what they can work on. First game, you get the feel of it. But also, it's the big stage. It's serious futsal. Every game counts. You don't want to have, a huge blowout on the first game because that will haunt you as the season continues.
Yeah, they might think to themselves, we're not going to cope in this league if we get smashed 12-0 by Fitzroy, But in reality, it's very easy to concede 10 to this team, even the very best.
Oh, absolutely. And Vatke lines up in a last-second save there coming from Chloe Gatt. Again, I'm so confused of, the way she's repping the fluorescent. I can't.
It's not right. I think we have to send in a complaint or something. This is not allowed. Go to the commissioner and just say, hey.
Who allowed Chloe to wear a fluorescent top? Interesting. Anywho, let's continue on the game. Andrew gets the ball stolen off her, and Fitzroy holding most of the possession. 10 minutes down and 4 goals up for Fitzroy. Vatke could take up the whole team. She does, except for Chloe Gatt. Save there. Waiting for some movement. Ball finally goes into the forward, but keeper to keeper.
They've done a decent job defensively, but they haven't really struck gold in their playmaking, in their offensive half. So that's what they really need to work on at this. When they go into half-time, they need to draw some play up. I mean, seriously. That was an insane save.
Chloe Gatt, she's been on fire. She's keeping she's keeping the game 4-0 at the moment because of the amount of saves that she's been doing, but she can't do it all on her own. Morales Alonso lines up. Ball goes over the crossbar. Short pass. Andrew has to play it back. Ball goes straight into the feet of Galuccio. Ball goes out of play. So reset now for the keeper, Chloe. Slowing things a bit down now. Getting probably their breath back as Vatke intercepts Macris. Couldn't get a hold of it and ball goes out of play. So Joshua, in the first 2 games down the court, what was your thoughts on Phoenix and
Phoenix
Aki?
were really good. I was very pleased to watch this resurgence. Look, they didn't win.
And I'm going to stop you momentarily as Steph Otto with a banger cracker of a goal. Lone goal there. Let's watch that one more time. You see it coming just at the bottom of your screen, untagged, all alone. Can't allow Fitzroy to happen. Passes her defender with ease and takes a massive strike. Gets the back of the net goal that she deserves.
It's looking a bit grim now for Easton. I think they've reached the point of no return, and they're just going to have to try something different because they won't win like this.
They have to defend. Defend first. As you mentioned in the Phoenix game, they all must have heard me because in the second half of that game with Phoenix and Aku, they defended. And that's what Easton's got to do right now. Get the players back. Look, why are there 2 players loose in the front? You've got to be behind the ball. I know they want to play it, you know, the 2-2, but at the end of the day, you've got to have more defenders back when you need it most. And that's what Phoenix did in that second half.
Yeah, they were great. They were really, on the offense, they looked very dangerous. Like, very, very... They're going to win way more games than last season, and obviously. But against quality teams, I really think that they can push for a mid-table finish.
Yeah, hopefully they do. And, you know, like...
Oh, my goodness.
Maybe not a team against Fitzroy, as we just see there. Alexandra Morales, Alonso scores her second.
But this is not a good judge of a team. This is not a good judge. You can't judge a team on the opening game against Fitzroy. You just can't do it. It's unfair. So they
all teams have this learning curve.
Yeah, 100%.
Every team that comes into Series Futsal develops, you know, in a way. I think the only team that I feel like came in strong is Melbourne Evolution, but they came from a team that was already Series Futsal players.
And they didn't finish very high straight away.
No, they didn't. They even, what was their predictions last season? 5th?
Like, yeah.
That went and haunted them, and they really finished off well, winning top spot. But even, you know, whoever voted for them didn't think they were going to finish higher up in the ladder.
Way. And they were clearly the best last season. They were undeniable.
And their game's up next, 10:30 p.m., a very late one. We've got to go through this game first. Fitzroy losing the ball. Andrew holding it up momentarily. Had to lay it off to Macris. And no breathing space whatsoever for 1-0 FC.
If we see Phoenix play like they did in that first game, it's going to be another goal, isn't it?
Second attempt. You got to deny. You have to stop these players. You can't just stand there. Go at it again. This game, we thought it was going to be huge. Thought Eastern Lions were going to come in. But credit to them to start a new form women's team.
I mean, they're not absolutely, again, they're not bad at all. They're not bad. They played very well.
They will just have to get the formation right. Just work on a few things, key things of futsal. And that's it. But again, unfortunate that they're versing Fitzroy in their first game. So they to get the feel of the game isn't in their credit.
And it's a different game to the outdoor game too. You have to like rearrange the pieces a little differently, and you have to figure out just who Fitzroy's danger woman is. Do you know what I mean? You have to figure out who's running the offense, who's the goal scorer, who's the best defender. Like, you have to figure all these things out. It takes time. You can't just go back and watch all this footage and know.
Yeah,
It
of course.
doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and then you're doing that. You're playing your own game as well. So yes, it's going to be a few games for them to get the feel of. Once I play every team, I think that's when they can know the dynamic.
If they don't lose their energy by then, if they get smacked around too much, they won't.
But new teams starting off, it starts, same as when you go to a new job. You don't start off, as a manager. You obviously start off being a workhorse. So for them, they've just got to build up to it.
True, I'm still not good at my job. So, we're all learning.
It takes time. You're still at the bottom of the ladder, Josh.
I'll stay there.
Wooden spoon every year. Fitzroy slowing things down a little bit. We see Elena Vadke back on the court with the high socks and the drawstring out. Looks like it's her signature look everywhere she goes. Just know it's her when she plays. And Danny Galuccio, she's just got a joy in her step. And the ball goes wide. Otto to Georgie. Is that to Georgie or Alonso? I think it was Morale. Oh, the
Oh.
push! Is that necessary? I don't think it was, Josh.
Wow. I mean, it didn't even pull out a card. Nothing. Just like barreled her.
That was bulldozed straight into the bench of Fitzroy. I would have flown like on top of everybody.
Wish we had a replay of that.
But a free kick here to 1-0 FC.
They also have very nice kits, 1L FC.
They do. And it's important that your colour is very bold, which I like. Very simple. Very similar to what Fitzroy is repping. Because they've got a stripe on their shoulder. And the stripe down the side.
Blue and white.
Yeah. And I don't think it clashes. It might clash with the Melbourne Evolution, so
Definitely.
they might have to find an away kit that's not blue.
Do Melbourne Evolution even have an away kit?
They do. It's light blue.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
You've seen it. It's
I've seen
light
it?
blue.
It's light. Are you sure?
Lighter blue. Yeah, I've seen it.
I don't think I've ever seen this. I think this is a mystery.
But they'll still wear the blue shorts.
Interesting.
Maybe blue's a very, very popular colour in futsal.
They might have to ban it at one point. Like, too many people are just coming in blue kits. It's not on. Ban that blue.
What are you going to replace it with? Black?
Any other colour.
There's
There's a whole rest of the rainbow of colours that you can pick.
There's 4 primary colours. No one's used those. Oh, well, Fitzroy's used yellow, blue. What's the other one? Red. I'm missing one other primary colour. Green?
Yeah.
No one has green. Amazon's had green once. That was pretty ugly. I think there was a challenge called. Was it a timeout or challenge? I think it might be a
I think it's a
timeout
timeout.
because it's a set piece. I'm not surprised. Jimmy Sufis, Scotty Rogan's got something conjuring in their bench. Let's take a break. We'll see you straight after this. The end of that timeout with a minute and a half to go in the first half. Fitzroy leading 6 goals to Eastern, 1-0 FC, 0. 1 goal to Steph Otto, 2 to Dharma Georgie, 1 to Elena Vatke, and 2 to Alexandra Morales Alonso. Josh, is there a goal in this set piece? How's
No.
your feels? What do you feel is going to come up here in this set piece?
I'm not one for predictions, even though I am. This is probably going to be a goal. You just know what Fitzroy do when they write something up. Okay, maybe not.
Once again, your tactics work. Whatever you say, the opposite happens.
Yes, I was trying to let them not score.
But that could be
Oh
a
my
goal
goodness,
right
I'm
there.
done.
It's going to happen eventually. Doesn't matter how, but Eastern Lions defensive error got Dharma Georgie her hat-trick in round 1 of this season.
Maybe she's
On fire, Dharma Georgie. She's had an injury in the start of 2 seasons ago. She's had to patiently wait for that to heal, and then now she's back better than ever, scoring 3 goals so far in the first game of this season. Elizabeth Eyre wants some action too.
well, she was slow last season, which is a testament because she was very good still. And maybe now she has the freedom, with both Frascalzos out, to be the goal-scoring option.
Absolutely, and you know, you've got that 2 huge goal scorings overshadowing the team, and then now, you know, you can allow yourself a bit more freedom, as you said, to create those chances.
It'll be interesting definitely to see their matchup with Evolution with the squad changes. Oh.
So there was a bit of collision there coming from Galuccio and Andrew, but both of the players got up, so referee didn't call it a foul, and it's going to be a throw-in for Chloe Gatt. I think a few players would... Oh, no, not a throw-in. What's going on? Were they going to call a challenge? No, play on. Looking for a free kick there. But only seconds to go. There was no point in that. And halftime break here at Serious Futsal Arena. Fitzroy leading 7 goals to Eastern 1-0 FC 0. We will see you straight after this. She went over the top of Paige Daly. She couldn't even react.
And not looking good from Fitzroy. There it is. Evolution.
Welcome back. It's the second half of Fitzroy versus Eastern FC Women's. Round 1, it's game 3 of the 2023 season. Fitzroy leading 7 goals to 0. Eastern FC, can they respond in the second half? Josh, you're with me. Thoughts on what was said in the halftime break?
What would you say? I mean, it's your first time coming in. You just have to say, girls, try a little harder. You know, let's figure out how they've been playing in the first half. They've passed it a lot. They use this one move from the corner every single time they've sliced it in for an easy tap in. So if they haven't cut that out, it's going to be a really disappointing half for them. But hopefully they've figured out what Fitzroy do. Their little, I won't call them cheap tactics, but signature move is better. Signature move that they do every single time. If they fix that, cut it out, maybe they can get this and score a few goals.
It's, you got to watch out in the flank because that's when they're dangerous. Fitzroy, no matter who you bring into the squad, it's the flank runs on the right at the edge of the court is where they're just so dangerous because it's hard to read those plays. Do they go all the way? Do they cut it? When do they cut it? You know, we saw that in Preston in the last game. They just run so quick down the line, and like, when do they release the ball? And Vadke, that's when you release it. And she has now scored her second in her debut back to Fitzroy in Fitzroy colours. Not a bad effort at all, Josh.
She's been very dangerous tonight. She's been clinical. I mean, you lose 2 players, you bring 2 new ones in. Returning players, doesn't matter, and they just fit in perfectly like we were saying. It doesn't matter who, it's the style that works, not the players.
And Fitzroy's got that. It's like the playbook that they've got. No matter who comes into the squad, they know their role and they know how Fitzroy play. Again, we see that.
They have a formula. It's like
they have a formula. Exactly.
They stick to the formula. It works. Why would you ever stop it? I mean, you wouldn't.
That's why in every league of the game, to the men's, to the youth, to the women's, they all perform very well because it's the formula of Fitzroy.
That's why they can bring in like a target woman like M. Kapok, or someone who's more ball-oriented, flashy, and it still works because they both, it doesn't matter how they score, it's about getting into the position to score.
And it's the diamond formation works for them so well. They're one of the best teams in the league that can have the diamond and work it to their potential. A lot of teams fail to do that. How do you have a diamond formation and have that dynamic work? How do you, it's run and pass. And, you know, I've been on training sessions with Scotty Rogan, and it starts from the bottom. It starts from the very start of your training, from kicking the ball to passing it to stopping it. If you can't get that right, then you can't move on from there.
So it's the little things that they work on. I mean, it's the chemistry as well. You have to know the players around you and how they play and how they move and what pass they look to first. These type of things that allow you the freedom to just do it and go through the motions, that you're not scared of a mistake because you know exactly what they're going to do.
There's a big opportunity there from Easton, but taken away. They're playing a more defensive game in this second half so far. As we mentioned, similar to what Northern Phoenix were doing in their game. Hold back, defend first, and attack after once you have possession. Because there's no point having players forward when the ball isn't in your attacking half. And now it's Shook. You intercept the ball exactly like that, and now can you go. Down the line, Coney. Can she get the ball back? Just a last-minute touch there from Elizabeth Eyre. Not too much trouble getting that out of play.
She's not going to be very happy. She's going to go home and she's not even going to need a shower. She's going to sit there. Didn't do anything. You know, didn't do anything.
Didn't even sweat.
Didn't even sweat.
As Alonso smashes herself straight into Chloe Gatt. I mean, there were going to be days like that. And then there'll be days as a goalkeeper you're working overtime and you're doing all the saves and all the throws. So, not bad intro to this season for Elizabeth there, just to ease into it.
Take the good with the bad, yeah.
Exactly. So Georgia couldn't keep it in play. Now they can go. Andrew, ball a bit too heavy for her to keep into play. Galucho can bring it in for Fitzroy. Oh, Liz Eyre almost loses it. Good pressure coming from Andrew. Spore, come back into play. Pate battles it out with Morales Alonso. I think she's the only one that's kind of really heated. I don't know if it's a Fitzroy thing coming into the game with aggression, but you see the calmness now with some of the players not here. Galucho, she's very calm, very playful. Otto, sometimes get heated, but not. It's only if they're really losing the game. But they're looking pretty calm because they don't need that aggression in games like this.
I mean, most people get heated when they're losing the game, you know. But
no, when you're winning, you shouldn't be heated. And Elena Vatke, she's pretty chill. She just lets her game do the talking. So the foul's 0-0. in a Fitzroy game.
That is crazy and almost unbelievable. You don't think you should be heated when you're winning? Nah? Different philosophies.
I feel if the call isn't going your way, because sometimes the ref might favour the losing team and not make calls, that's when he gets heated.
I understand that.
A bit of physicality coming from Morales Alonso. Bit of an elbow in the back.
There's that first foul.
There it is. Just cursed myself. Liz lines up.
Oh.
What a cracker into Lena Vatke. Should have done the footy kick there, Chloe Gabb, but didn't have the confidence to back herself up. I remember a couple of games in the last season, Paige Daly did that when Liz Air was out of her D, and she got a goal from it.
Which was one of the best goals I've ever seen.
Liz fell straight into the goals.
Blooper reel, yeah. Hope we get more moments like that. I really do.
Plenty of rounds to go. 4 games per round, Josh, so I'm sure you'll see a lot of bloopers.
True, it's weird. There's 8 teams now. It's like exactly what you love. More action. But
more action, more teams, more players. That's 20 more players minimum coming into this season.
True.
It's hard to come by putting together a team.
To be consistent throughout the year. I mean,
it is hard because leading up to summer, December, that's when it's hard to get everyone committed. There's a fakey there from Vatke. Liz there quick to run back in case Chloe, she can't footy kick that one because it went out of bounds. Good collection, and that's a footy kick. Oh! Not bad. Not accurate though. Long throw once again from Gat. Couldn't find Icona. Andrew. Fitzroy has it back to their terms. Vatke draws a player in, passes it on to a very open Galuccio, brings it back to Vatke. Save there from Gat. But Morales Alonso did have a crack at it. Left boot from Galuccio, and it went over the crossbar.
you think this is a statement they're making against Evolution right now? They're going to score as many as they can just to, for that next game, to put the pressure on them and say, hey, we're right here. You may have got us last time. Even though they won that final game. Pretty comfortably, actually. It was a comeback. Last season. Remember?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it. It's been so long ago.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. I forget.
And now I'm confused because every time I look at the fluorescent top from Chloe Gatt, I think it's Elizabeth Eyre. So my mind's playing tricks with me.
I know. It's weird. I can't do it. I can't deal with it.
It's Georgie. Toe pokes it. Ball goes wide. 8-0. So no goals have scored yet in this half. I don't believe. Was there one? Oh, no, there was one. Sorry. That was the second one.
Almost.
Almost.
You almost jinxed it. You almost did my job.
Oh, there's a footy kick. Oh, very close there, Chloe Gatt. Not bad effort. So 1 goal scored already in this half. So Eastern Lions. Oh, Eastern Lions, another team, sorry. Eastern FC. They've done something. It's working for them.
They
so
definitely
far.
made the right adjustments. They still need to work on their offense. Got to get that one, at least.
It's tricky because Fitzroy is very hard. They just kind of really removes the air from you. Look, the moment you have possession, they're just at your face at all times.
Their press is immense.
No way. So first game in, we've seen a lot of mistakes from new teams, new players, where the ball isn't directly on the line. So that's something that they've got to work on. Giving away the ball like that. Oh, and a huge save coming from Chloe Gatt. Elena Vadke, her shots is just so accurate and so powerful.
I'm surprised it's staying at this scoreline. Those shots have gotten like as close as you can get to the bottom corner perfectly without scoring. It's ridiculous. Gat has been amazing.
So opportunity again for Vatke. Ball intercepted. Otto got in the way. Goes wide to Vatke to Otto.
Oh.
And this time round, Chloe Gatt stopped her, but she swifts it into the back of the net. And now Steph Otto gets her second of tonight.
I've lost count who scored what. Really, so many different players have scored. That one was unfortunate. She did her best, and really there was good reflexes there for that. Just didn't get enough.
I think she lost her footing. I think
Yeah.
her balance wasn't there.
It happens.
Did everything right, just the balance issue. At times you lose your feet because you're trying to go from one way to another. Am I going down? Am I staying up? And then your body's doing one thing, your mind's doing the other. It's a tough one.
And the attacker was very close to her too. It wasn't like she was far away. You have to stop a very powerful punt at you. That's tough.
And we see with a I don't know how this happened between our eyes, but Elizabeth Ayre has now come off and Catherine Sajicek is now on as keeper for Fitzroy Tigers. 9-0 up. Why not use your second keeper?
I give her some game. You got to share the game time around sometimes.
So now it is Eastern FC's turn to crank it up, capitalise on Elizabeth Ayre not being in goals. Otto back heels it, nobody there. Katie Tselakidis happy to collect. Looking at a few viewers there.
Yeah.
Josh, for this stream.
Yeah, very nice. We always love when people come in and comment and communicate with
I
us.
love it. Oh, and a strike there from Galuccio, but the follow-up coming from Otto has made it her hat-trick for the game. Fitzroy, 10-0.
Look, again, right place, right time. And
That's Fitzroy, though.
I mean, this is like the fundamental stuff that they teach you, and even in outdoor, you know, when someone takes a shot, you need to have someone who just comes, cleans up, and scores. You'd be surprised how many... Oh, my goodness. I'll say, you'd be surprised how many goals go through and are let through just by rebounds. And there's another one. Is that Vatke?
No, that was Alexandra Morales Alonso.
Wow.
Getting her hat-trick here in her debut round 1 of Series Futsal Victoria.
That must be the most quiet hat-trick I've ever seen. Like, she just pulled a hat-trick. Like...
If I had a hat-trick, I would be like, what's Tim Allen? Is that his name?
Tim Allen.
With my shirt off? Is that his name?
Tim Allen. Josh Allen. No,
Josh
Tim
Allen,
Allen.
sorry.
Tim Allen's the Santa Claus.
From Home Improvement, sorry. Santa Claus. Sorry, Josh Allen. I had Allen. So if I had a hat-trick, I would be like Josh Allen with my shirt off, running around the field.
Oh,
Was that close?
that was very close.
Wow, how did that not get in? Fitzroy. Goalkeeping from Kat Sajicek coming in. She wants a clean sheet for Fitzroy.
I mean, you gotta. Can't come on and concede a goal. Oh! It's close.
So hat-trick for Steph Otto, hat-trick for Dama Georgie, hat-trick for Alexandra Morales Alonso. And in all that, Dani Galuccio, she's just been the cogs of the team, haven't got her name on the scoreboard. She's happy to just be a team player, working from the back line and kind of feed the ball in. And Morales Alonso making an impact so far, the top goal scorer of this round. 4 to her name. No one else has scored 4 in this season so far, so she's going to put her name on the top spot. It's been high scoring for the teams that have had huge wins.
It's going to be a scary season, that's all I know. In terms of goal scoring race, this is going to be an absolute open-ended.
That's what we want. We want it to be very close.
To all the 1-0 fans watching, how do you feel now? Let us know your thoughts. Coming up against the mighty Fitzroy.
Lots to work on, but
yeah,
early signs, you can't really tell, in the first round.
Absolutely, but this will definitely be a little bit of a lesson to them. This is going to be like that. I have no way of explaining it. This is just a lesson.
Just a learning curve. Every team has done it coming into serious futsal. You're not alone. See a lot of new teams come on board and get thrashed.
She juggling.
She is. Oh, straight into the backside.
The disrespect on the juggle right there.
So, the Joker, Danny Galuccio.
It's a nice nickname.
The Joker?
Yeah.
Yep. So Morales Alonso and Chloe Gadd didn't even attempt to stop that whatsoever, and now that's 5 goals to Alexandra Morales Alonso, player of the match. Unstoppable.
5 now. 5.
Mhm.
Unbelievable. Some people wait whole seasons to get 5 goals.
She's done it in 46 minutes of play, or 40 minutes of play so far. Has Isabella Macris creating opportunities here, passes it on. It's a tough one in this game against Fitzroy. Galuccio back to Otto. They can play the passing game for the next 5 minutes if they want to. 13-0 so far.
Ooh.
She can take up the whole team. Danny Galuccio still going. Intercepted. One way to the other. Macris had to shut that down.
I think in this season now, goal difference won't be that big of a factor. It'll be more series-based, because last season with less teams, there was a possibility of you drawing the series, and so goal difference absolutely mattered. I think it's less important now. It's more the head-to-head matchup.
Yes, because you've got more teams that you've got to face off.
It's a little bit of a shame, but...
Oh, I mean, could it be factored in again? You never know. Could come down to goal difference.
Could it?
Possible.
Well, in that case, what a really good start to Fitzroy.
Could be possible, but it could not be. You never know. We don't know. It's going to be the end of the season. That's when we'll know.
With this start, I mean, they could definitely go for an invincible run. Maybe.
Oh, they can. 3 minutes to go and still 1 game to go in round 1 here at Series Futsal.
I'm so excited for that last game to see the new players in action.
Yeah, I think we need probably another coffee to amp ourselves up, more sugar or something here in the commentary box.
I second that.
A second what?
I second that.
Oh, what? Dharma Georgie getting that out of the bag. And what you have here is 4 goals to her name. What a brilliant free kick that is. Let's watch the replay.
Ooh.
Bam! We need like a top angle camera because you can't see much of it. As 14-0. Easton had the response, was very close when we had the ball just out of play there.
What would be your goal of the week so far? Any from this game or the last 2 games?
I actually can't think of one because they've been just very close goals.
Yeah. There hasn't been a really spectacular...
No, but they've been really good team goals. Preston had many of those where it was very good link up. So does that come into factor?
Yeah, absolutely. I think...
There was one that was just every touch was so pinpoint to the very end.
I mean, it's not always about hitting the top corner, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's about you just pass so much better than everyone else and you just knock it around. It's just a beautiful goal.
This ball's still live. Easton couldn't get it out of their play. Andrew. Georgie heckling her. Vatke can go. She's still got the legs. Passes almost absolutely everybody in the team. Counter is on for Eastern. Telekides couldn't find a teammate. Georgie intercepts, finds Otto, and Danny Galluccio finally, with some relief, gets her first goal in this game. Now she's celebrating.
Can't believe she hasn't scored yet. I thought she had. I thought everyone had scored. Wow, I mean, it's a nice little way to get it, just a tap into the back post.
Yep, with a stop clock, a minute and a half to go, Danny Galluccio just went, finally, it's my turn. I'm on the scoreboard. The only people now that need to score for Fitzroy is Elizabeth Ayer and Catherine Sayacek.
Hopefully they don't get a penalty, because I know they're bringing Liz Ayer on for that penalty. 100%. Does that count? It's goal. It's another one.
Was it a corner?
No. It went in.
Let's just see that one more time.
Oh my goodness.
Was that Dharma Georgie? Back here. She doesn't even believe it.
That was a good... That's leading
golden.
right now. That is leading right now. That was just technically brilliant.
Her 6th goal, Dharma Georgie, contender for goal of the week. Whoever's voting.
Wow, 17 goals in this match. Unbelievable. I feel really bad for the person who has to edit this. Ugh.
Is that yourself, Josh?
No. There's another one. Lucio. At least she celebrates. I love that.
Look, you gotta celebrate all your goals. She's out.
Did
She's
you just
up
do a
on
heel
goal.
flick?
Yeah.
Gotta make sure we cap that and just that heel flick right there. Just put it on the Instagram.
Look at this. Left boot. Bam.
Wow.
Just fast, low. Chloe Gatt didn't even attempt to do a split save. Just let it go in because it's all hopes of lost here on the Eastern front. Vatke still got the legs. Can go all the way. Takes a strike. She's
Gonna beep that out.
She's going to go that again. 30 seconds to go. 18 goals.
Georgie, player of the match.
6 goals.
Can't deny it. Might be 7.
She scored the first 2. She started it off. She started this game off. So strong for Fitzroy. Created that momentum and did not stop until then. And they're still going at it. 21 seconds to go. Fitzroy, they're just unstoppable right now. Eastern, can they score a consolation goal and deny the clean sheet from Elizabeth Ayer and Catherine Sayacek? I think that might be it. Might be it, Josh.
Look, it might be 18-0, but they did not play like they deserved to be 18-0 down. I'm going to say that. They were not that. This does not explain the situation.
Well, the first kind of moments of the half,
Oh,
Eastern
very
did
good.
well. Very defended. Didn't really allow Fitzroy to score. But in the end, Fitzroy dominating their first game of round 1. Coming off with a good start. 18-0. Last game of this round. Don't miss it. It's Evolution and Camperfield FC. We'll see you then.
game. And not looking good for Fitzroy. There it is. Evolution. Right back into action. All up to AKU to finish it. 2-0. There she be. There's the second. And there's one step closer. Welcome back to the post-match interview. I'm here with Dharma Georgie. What a sick win. I mean, I think it was 18-0 at the end. I lost count most definitely. Thank God Han didn't lose count because I definitely did. She's good. I'm not. I'm not. I mean, you had 6. I mean, tell me about that. You're opening the season, like, putting your name in the race for top goal scorer already. Tell me.
Well, it's a first. I don't normally score that many goals. It's a nice feeling. 18-0 is a big goal difference. We need it, obviously, because, you know, at the end of the season it can come down to anything. Yeah. And obviously after last season we do want to get as ahead as we can straight away, obviously. For the new team, they did really well. You know, it's hard coming out after never playing a full game of futsal before and obviously not understanding the rules as well as some of us may. It was a really good effort from them as well, which is really nice to see. Yeah,
I mean, they weren't bad, but like 18-0 was more on you guys being very good and them being newcomers. Like, realistically, you need to take a little bit of medicine before you can get better and, like, learn and whatever.
For sure. Yeah, all the new teams have been through that, and as you can see with Phoenix and the other teams that have come through there, all the high score lines are slowly getting lower and lower, and I'm sure that will happen with 1-0 eventually, and I really don't think they will lose by that much again this season. No. I do have more faith in them. They are a good side, most definitely. But yeah, I have to give props to our girls. We didn't have many players, and it's nice being back, and, you know, new kits.
You know, I had to mention the kits because the kits are sick. They are. They look nice, better on you than they do on the men's. I'll tell you that.
We do our job well.
You do your job well. I mean, I like the black kit, like, really a lot. That was like a beautiful kit, like the
equal sign, it's really cool.
It was gorgeous. But this is also very good. Is this like a new statement? Is it like a back to the basics? After last season, because, like, you finished second, it's like
I think, well, the men's wore this last season, and we were, I think, meant to get it, but obviously we had our black kit, and we were pretty stuck on that one. We looked good, and I think it suited us quite well, being maybe the dark horses in the league that season. Yeah. But going into this season, I think we just wanted a bit of a change, show the old Fitzroy again.
I mean, you've looked really dangerous. It's going to be an absolute race of a season. Evolution are going to be watching that. You're going to be watching them after this?
I might watch it on the stream, see how I go.
Yeah, okay, wow. We'll have to get to that game, man. Like,
yeah, no problem.
It's crazy. What an awesome interview. Dharma Georgie, Dr. Fusco, like, can't wait.
Well, thanks you.